Good morning, friends. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Thursday morning. It is January the 8th. Rise and shine. This is Coffee Talk. I'm meteorologist Eric Burris. Hope you're having a great start to your day. There's a lot going on in terms of weather. We've got a little bit of fog this morning. We're watching warming temperatures the next couple of days, then dropping temperatures. But now we're starting to see coming into focus a little storm system by mid next week. So let's just get right to it and just see where we're at. First off, Port Canaveral, we take a live look outside, and you are looking just beautiful this morning. Not much to speak of here. Some clouds over top, even some areas of fog. We head over to the tourist district, definitely a little grayer than it was a little bit ago. We've also been watching the fog in our western areas like Leesburg, Tavares, even Ocala. Here's a look into Tavares on our tower cam. Doesn't really look like there's much fog there, so no problems. And last but not least, let me take you over to Ocala just to see what's going on. Early, this was foggy. Then it was just kind of fog in the distance. Now we're looking even better. So, with not much fog, not much of a travel issue. Flight delays are looking just fine. Temperatures out the door, outstanding. We're in the 50s for our coastal communities. We're in the 60s inland, 60 degrees in Orlando. It's 62 in Leesburg, 63 outside in the villages. This is beautiful weather. No matter where you are in Central Florida, yes, we've got the fog in spots, the low clouds, but notice first warning live radar not showing anything. So through the day today, we did away with impact weather. It ended up that it was not warranted in our area. My brother Frank over in the Bay Area, the Tampa Bay area, reporting the fog. Not really all that thick here. So we let that impact weather expire. That is no longer a thing. So some fog out the door this morning, but looking ahead to the day, lunchtime, 77 degrees. We get into the lower 80s this afternoon. It's going to be just stunning. I mean, it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous day once again. And with that sunshine, we're going to be able to bring up those temperatures. So let's talk about things around Central Florida. Okay, first and foremost, here's today's forecast. 81 in Orlando, 80 degrees in the villages, 81 degrees in Ocala. You'll notice along the East Coast beaches there, low, mid, upper 70s, even some lower 80s, but generally it's going to be just a fantastic forecast, right? I mean, this is the stuff that we hope for so long. The overall forecast keeps us with this warm air pattern in play. Notice though, looking ahead to tomorrow, storm system starts getting going north of us. Now that storm system is going to have with it just a little bit of extra atmospheric energy. And what that means is we're probably going to be looking at the threat of some stronger storms up that direction. We'll talk more about that, of course, in a little bit. But as that energy leaves us, you end up with the cold front. The good news for us, cold front bringing some showers and then bringing in some cooler temperatures. Those showers come through, we think, on Sunday, and then by Monday, we'll clear it on out. Okay. Now it's Thursday. I don't think that our high resolution futurecast is going to quite make it to Sunday. Yeah, it just gets into Sunday morning. So what I can do though is I can go to our long range futurecast and at least kind of try to dial this through. So there's Friday. Notice top left corner, and I'm not going to get into, into anything too specific here, but notice Louisiana, Mississippi into Tennessee. Definitely looking at some bigger storm potential there. So for tomorrow, that part of the country is going to have some nastier storms possible. Afterward, that line starts moving our direction. Okay, so actually, let me back it up because I saw it there for a second. Notice around Central Florida, a couple areas of green showing up. So there's definitely the potential we could see some lighter showers, right? Continuing on, watch Saturday. Same idea. A few showers in our area, particularly in our eastern spots. Sunday, we'll wake up in the morning, and by the way, I'll be with you on West to New Sunrise so we can have the party and we can definitely continue to track this, dial into this, and all of that fun stuff. But there's Sunday morning, 5 a.m., looking good in our area, but there will be showers north. Notice 8 a.m. getting closer, really not strong, not in the slightest, but there will be some light shower opportunities Sunday late morning through the early afternoon. And then as that clears out, it completely turns the weather pattern around. So, for example, let's just look at these temperatures the next couple of days. Today, we hit 81 degrees. Tomorrow, and I don't know why today is so left justified. I need to center that, but I digress. That's something I have to figure out. 81 today, 82 tomorrow, 83 degrees on Saturday. So we're going to be stepping up and stepping up and stepping up. Yeah. Then by Monday, things change, right? If we look at the weekend, you can definitely tell we've got that change. Saturday's going to be the warmest day. Sunday, there will be a few showers. Temperatures start to come down just a little bit. And then for Monday, Monday's where it's all going to change. Low temperatures will wake up to on Monday morning, 30s now. Computer models are trending a little cooler. 30s now, north and west of town. 39 in Ocala, 39 in the villages, 43 in Claremont. I'm expecting the upper 40s for the metro, right? 48 in Kissimmee, 48 in Orlando, 46 in Sanford, and then into the 50s for Brevard County. So Monday morning, it's not going to be the coldest air we have seen this season, but it's definitely going to be a shock to the system. And then Monday afternoon, again, some areas are not going to make it out of the 50s, right? 54 in Palm Coast, 62 Daytona Beach, 67 in Orlando, 66 in Kissimmee. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful, 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 beautiful. But then again, let's go back to our long range future cast here, because going even further out past this weekend, and I don't know that this one will even go out that far. I may have to dial into global models. Yeah, this one won't even go that far out. Okay, let's dial into some global models, because looking ahead, and I'll just share it with you on the 7-day forecast, and we'll use that as the jumping point, okay? So we've got a sprinkle tomorrow, we've got a sprinkle on Saturday, showers on Sunday as that front moves in, right? But then look through, you've got the drop in temperatures Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, boom goes the dynamite. 50% coverage of rainfall. That's where there's going to be a pretty decent little shift. So let's look at some of the models here and let's get an idea of what's coming, okay? This is the American GFS model, high pressure, front comes in, right in there. You've kind of got this like storm system coming in from the Gulf, some moisture from the Caribbean, and what you end up with is that heightened opportunity to see some rainfall. Right now, we'll have to get into some dynamics to see if the severity is there. Let's do this. We'll zoom in. Orlando. We're just going to look at some severe weather dynamics here, right? There's the passing of the rain. So that's 7 a.m. on Wednesday on the American GFS model. There's 10 a.m. There's 1 p.m., 4 p.m. So definitely the higher development opportunity is going to be south, but it's still there. If we take the simulated radar back, this is kind of the simulated radar, widespread showers midday through, okay? Not anything too significant. We look at some severe weather parameters. Yeah, you've got the dynamics really mainly south. Just looking at some of the dynamics. Yeah, you're not really looking at rotation. If anything, it looks like it would be just like some very heavy rain, maybe a wind gust or something. But that's something to look for mid next week. So you'll notice on the 7-day forecast, we've got that heightened rain opportunity there on Wednesday, 50%. Now that's going to be fine tuned, of course, but that's kind of what we're looking at. My coastal friends, obviously, you're going to be in the same register. Now, the temperatures are going to be a little different inland versus the coast, but you notice the same idea with that Sunday rain chance being highest. And then also noticing that Wednesday opportunity is there too. So it's a look, it's the next opportunity to get some active weather. And certainly that's kind of what we're looking at. That's what we're tracking. But there's so many like pieces to this puzzle, because we've got the warm temperatures the next couple of days, we've got the cool temperatures early next week, and then we get into those more active little pieces. We know that the weather was getting more active. We've been watching it on the BSR for a while, so this should not come as any bit of a shock to the system whatsoever. But that's kind of where we're at. So, all right, I'll pause for a second and let's chat. Dan is throwing in his 2 cents talking about the Coffee Talk drive-through. Dan says thought process on the Coffee Talk drive-through. Whoever said it needs to be done on a Friday, we can do it any day. Our master meteorologist is available. The family here is always flexible. That's a good point. I appreciate that. I like it on Fridays. I mean, maybe I'm crazy. Well, I know I'm crazy, but I like it. I like it on Fridays. Let's see here. Just need to make a couple tweaks to this product here for TV. Stand by, friends. I apologize. Through 9 o'clock. I'm just tweaking the times on the Futurecast fog tracker. All right, perfect. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I also need to look at the rundown and see where the heck we're at so that I've got situational awareness here. All right, we've got a couple stories ahead of us. Oh my gosh, this mouse. All right, we got Lindsay's package. Okay, very good. All right, let me catch up here. Crazy. I was crazy once. If you have teenagers, you know. Well, yeah, Frank. Like it's a casual Friday thing. Well, that's what I figured. That's where I'm at. Is I like that it's Fridays. You know, like Friday's a little more laid back now. You know, if there's active weather, of course, that's the thing. And I don't have anybody set up for tomorrow, so there's that. But you know, we'll we'll get there. We'll get there. See, detention has cake. Oh yeah, Michael's asking if we're in tornado season. So, you know, February, March, and April are usually when Central Florida has that kind of spring severe weather season. So we're not quite there, but yeah, we're definitely in the vicinity. Laura says, hi, just got done with drop off. Good morning. Good morning to you, Laura. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, we've got a 3 shot at the desk coming up. So I guess we can start walking that direction. Let me turn off. I have noise canceling turned on this microphone. Let me turn that off. That way, when I get over to the anchor desk, um, if the anchors want to chat, theoretically, you'll be able to hear it. Laura says, just in time for field trip. That's right. Good morning to you, Laura.
Good morning.
We got Jason and Sonica. We got the party here.
Well, it's something.
This is a party. If you're unfamiliar, this is a party. It is a party. Are you enjoying a party?
Get coffee talk going. It's a party.
It's something. I mean, I don't know if it's a good party or not.
Yeah, it's always a good time. I am enjoying that the fog has moved out.
Effortless, please.
yeah.
Like, let's just get through this.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what was the day that was so bad? Was that Monday?
It was Monday.
Yeah.
Kicked off the week and it
Yeah.
was like,
I was not here
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, it was a rough morning. I driving in, I was like, I'm gonna get out of my car in the parking lot and shoot some video of this to share on social media. And
Yeah.
advisory,
yeah.
but extending
Kept
too.
going.
Right.
It was
I mean, it makes sense.
8,
Fog is
9, and 10, and it was getting worse as we got like
fog is
10 o'clock.
difficult to forecast. I was talking to our executive producer Becca about it, right? Like if you're a degree off, the fog doesn't happen. If you get like 2 miles an hour breeze just kicking up,
It's
fog
over.
doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So it's like you've got to hit the sweet spot and then keep it. And that's like this morning, we were in the sweet spot and then we weren't.
Yeah.
You know?
And it was so fast. It was
Huh?
I was like, hey, we got fog, Eric. And you're like, well,
Yeah,
not
not
anymore.
anymore.
In 5 minutes time.
It's difficult. That's and that's where it's like when we call foggy weather impact weather, there's going to be times like today where it's like it was there and then it wasn't. So forecasting weather 6-7.
You know,
What
there
do you,
are,
yeah,
no, there are other ones. My daughter was telling me there's like a 4-1.
no, it's called 41.
41, sorry.
40.
Is that
What is that?
Yes. And then there's another one like this.
That's
And
6-7.
No, 6 cents is this, but then there's another one that's like wider. There were four.
There's wider.
She said there were like four.
Get me off this train.
You brought up 6 cents.
I did.
Are your kids?
Yeah.
Eric is. Alexander is too smart. He's annoyed by it. Stand by.
Lindsay did reach out to the vendor, Vera Mobility. We haven't received a statement yet. Now, you may remember Palm Bay scrapped those cameras for school zones after having some issues, and that was not the same vendor being used there.
All right, it is 8:18. We're bringing in first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. We were just chatting with you
Yeah.
offline and on Coffee Talk here about how quickly it felt like the fog in parts of Central Florida.
Right. It was there, and then and it's just like you get the wind pick up by 2 miles an hour, or the temperature adjusts by 1 degree, and the fog disappears. So no complaints. Let's just get on with a beautiful sunrise. There's a live look over at Camping World Stadium. There's a little haze, certainly still on the horizon. We can see it there, but otherwise we are looking fantastic. Here's a look at temperatures around town. We are in the upper 50s in places like DeLand. It's 59 degrees in Daytona Beach. It's a lovely morning. 59 in Titusville, 61 in Ocala, and there's a little haze. We can kind of see visibility 4 or 5 miles. It's down to like pea soup, though, down here into Polk County. So if your travels take you down I-4 toward Tampa, that's something that you want to be aware of. Otherwise, we are looking great. Futurecast fog tracker showing that delineation line almost along I-4. North and west, we're going to have fog in spots. Even if it's not particularly thick, we'll have some fog around. Through 11 o'clock, it's not going to completely clear out until about 12 o'clock. And then when it does, oh, is it going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. About 81 in Orlando, 75 today in Daytona Beach, 77 Titusville, 78 degrees in Melbourne. Out west, it's the lower 80s here. And that's just the start of a warm stretch of temperatures. Look at how we go from 81 today to 82 tomorrow and then 83 on Saturday. We're going to keep building warmer and warmer. And when I did some research on that 83-degree reading is our average high temperature about April 13th. So we're absolutely feeling like spring this weekend. 83 in Orlando, 83 in Winter Haven and Wedgefield, about 80 degrees in Titusville, 80 degrees in Daytona Beach. But while we are warm this weekend, particularly on Saturday, know this, we've got Disney's Marathon Weekend and the forecast does look nice. It's a little warmer than maybe we would like it to be, but 60s is still okay. At least it's not the 70s, right? You got to look at all the balancing act there. Could have a little bit of fog around. I do think Sunday's going to pick up the breeze a little bit, so that's definitely something to contend with for my marathoners. But essentially, we're in this warm air pattern until our next storm system, which is going to bring some severe weather to the deep south tomorrow into Saturday. But as it approaches us, very warm temperatures, relatively speaking, on Saturday. Sunday, it'll bring through a few passing showers, and then it ushers in some cooler temperatures looking ahead to early next week. High temperatures from the 80s today, tomorrow, Saturday, to the 60s on Monday. And then models are continuing to talk about an opportunity for rain on Wednesday. Looks like we actually could have a pretty good soaking, so stay tuned for that. All right, Megan, good morning. All right, what did I miss, everybody? They're late joining Coffee Talk detention for them too. Yeah, well, they're anchoring a newscast. Certainly, you can cut them a little bit of slack, right? Right? Tara says the party train always goes off. Oh yeah, we bring this baby off the rails. That's the if we aren't off the rails, then are we even coffee talking? I mean, seriously, right? Laura says that there's 4 different things. So it's 4 what? What is that? 6, 7 I get, like, out of 10, like, who was it? Somebody in here explained it, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 6 or a 7, like, that makes sense to me. I can get behind that. When we start talking about the other stuff, I don't know. That's where I start to get confused. So, I don't know. Laura, my son did it once, never did it again. Thought it was, yeah, that's where Alexander is. Eric's definitely a little, Diane says, look at us on TV. Yeah, my little laptop. Oh boy, you guys are so funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, conjunction. Yeah. Oh, Oliver. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Let's see. Wait until the kids find out about 9 to 5. That's funny. Jason. So somebody on Coffee Talk said, wait until those kids find out about 9 to 5. That's the one that really gets you. Oh man, that's funny. Is Tim? Is it green fabric or is the paint in the key? No, it's a wall that's painted green. It's not fabric. I've done fabric at other stations, but yeah. Jan says it's not coffee talk without a derailment. Yeah, that's acceptable. Let me get my Today Show hit set. Today. Oh my gosh, this mouse, for whatever reason, keeps. Ay, Vesmir, something is not happy with it. All right. Oh, thank you, Daisy. Debbie, it's not a so-so meme. It's just stupid. Debbie does not like the 6-7, clearly. Tiffany says, y'all caught the rat in the pantry that created the flood Christmas morning. Okay, I must have missed that. You had first off, you had a flood Christmas morning. Second off, you had a rat. What? Terry says, wait until you get older. So much new stuff leaves us confused. I mean, I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm definitely in that age range. I may not be as old as some, but I definitely feel like I'm at that what is happening phase of life. Maybe your mouse needs cheese or a new battery. No, it's a wired mouse. I honestly it's a wired mouse, but it keeps disconnecting and connecting. So like, what is that? You know what I mean? Ay, 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 ay. No, Cindy, I did not throw the mouse again. Maybe your mouse needs cheese or a new battery. That's funny. No, it's a plugged-in mouse. Okay, Evelyn Warner, huh? 6-7? The kids. The kids are like, who's 6-7? It's a thing. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to be. Okay, so Nancy, somebody explained what it means. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's 6, 7, that kind of thing. Amy Peterson says USB port going bad. Listen, Coffee Talk goes off the rails.
All on the same path. Yes, ma'am.
See, she was trying to say something, and then work got in the way. So let's go find out what she was going to say here in a second. USB port or bad wire. Yeah, I need to get over there with the engineers and figure that out. Wire got pulled loose. Yeah. Give the mouse a cookie. He's going to want some milk, right? Oh, Nicole, you're funny. So we're just going to stand here and wait for Sonica to get done with anchoring the news so that we can figure out what she was trying to say. You got jokes this morning. Hey, Nancy, look, listen, we're just trying to do this. We're just trying to get through. We're just trying to get through everything happy. What's up, chicken butt? Huh, Cindy. Yeah, I know, right? Like when we were younger, what were we doing? What did we think was funny? You know?
Fun when you're to tie into all
It
this
wasn't,
morning,
it was,
make connection to the Fiesta Bowl.
somebody also brought up the other day, it was like peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat, right? Like
It's gonna go for it.
that was what the previous generations were doing. That was dumb too. Like each generation has those things. That with the, oh gosh. What were we thinking, Tara? Yeah, talk to the hand. Like, what were we thinking? Where did we say to ourselves, like, you know what? That's a good idea. You know what I mean? Oliver says the 1 to 10 scale makes sense. It does make sense. All right. What were you going to say, Sonica? What were you going to say? Quickly.
It's 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you. So the other day, Alec Baldwin and his wife did an Instagram post that was about as cringeworthy as you'd expect.
Oh.
I guess she was still technically 41 years old.
Oh boy.
67. So they're doing 41.
Okay.
Oh my God. No. That is cringeworthy.
This man is accused in one place of bullying Brandon.
All right. Let's talk about that when I finish this weather hit. Just have to do some work. But I'll get caught up with your comments. Oh, what a world. What a world. It is so pretty outside. Still a little bit of haze, particularly off on the horizon. This is Camping World Stadium, not looking too bad. Visibility lower in our western spots, but the dense fog has basically lifted. Temperatures out the door in the 70s and 80s. Today we will continue to climb to 81. It's 83 on Saturday. Showers Sunday, then turning cooler next week. Megan. Okay. Oh yeah, cornhole. Oh geez, Louise. Put in your earpiece. Amy Peterson. I, didn't I poop again? 6th generation is still in school. Peanut butter jelly time is still funny. And I'm in my and I was in my 20s. Oh man. Let's see here. That is so cringe, Laura says. Oh man. Alec Baldwin is just cringe to me anyway. Yeah, that's what Laura says. Let's see here. Please, Eric, what will my drive be like leaving Winter Haven to Tennessee on Saturday? Worried about the weather. Amy, you're going to run into some rain. There's that cold front that's going to be through the I-10 corridor. So yes, that's what you're going to have. All right, top D block. Let me change to you. Let's do World Center. All right, one more weather hit, and then I can catch back up with your comments. My kids, Tanya says. Oh, yeah, that's funny. 8, 9. Chris says, I can already guess what today's AI test question will be about. Yeah, to be able to tell if everybody was watching, right? Gee. So what do you guess then? Is it going to be about the 6, 7? What is it going to be about? Tell me. All right, stand by. I got to do this weather hit.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Ice says, help our friend Amy. There's going to be rain in North Florida. That cold front is going to be moving through. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. I wish better. I'm sorry. Standing by, Laura says. Definitely the 9 to 5, right? But mine is more like the 2 to 11. And I've been doing a lot of noon, so it's more like 2 to 2. Blue. Chris Pierce has been doing the questions in our Coffee Talk Facebook group. Curious what the question is today.
Jason, I enjoyed that warm that we had yesterday. And we're going to do with that again here. This is the weather that we love.
Yeah, I would say so because we start off with a little bit of gray, a little bit of a winter vibe, but by the afternoon, the sun shines. We're into the lower 80s. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday, you can go to the beach. Now, the water temperatures are a little chilly, but you can still go and enjoy and just bask in the sunshine. It's still a little gray, though, this morning. There's Spaceship Earth. We're looking in the tourist district toward Epcot, and you can see off in the distance a little bit of that haze. The dense fog is all but gone. We still have it here in Polk County, back over toward the Tampa Bay area, but the rest of our area is looking much, much better. 64 in the city, it's 63 in the villages, 50s for us in Palm Coast, New Smyrna Beach, and even into Palm Bay. So we've got the fog and low clouds around, but it gets comfortable later today. Metro into the lower 80s, 70s along our coastal communities. But let's discuss climbing temperatures and then falling temperatures, neighborhood by neighborhood, in just a couple of minutes. Now at 8:31, let's get a traffic check. Megan Mackey, good morning. All right. Next generation's figure of speech. 6, 7 thing makes me want to cut all internet access, buy a house in the mountains, and become a hermit. You know, Matt, it doesn't take that. For me, there's many other reasons that I would want to do that. Genuinely. Florida doesn't seem to have any 9 to 5. No, it does. It seems to be more as like 8:30 to 5 or 9 to 5. Interesting. Interesting. Phyllis says excellent work. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Laura says, I need to go ride Spaceship Earth and thank the Phoenicians. They invented it. You know, it's funny. I was thinking about that ride the other day. Who narrated the best version of it? You've got Dame Judi Dench, but let's go back. Jeremy Irons, Walter Cronkite. What say you, Brain Trust? Do you remember when Walter Cronkite voiced Spaceship Earth? Do you remember that? Was the dawn of time. Da, da, da. Thank the Phoenicians. They invented it. Now, his version was different, of course, but who was the best at it? Huh? I like Jeremy Irons. It was so dark and so very, very interesting sounding. Also, I'm just a huge Jeremy Irons fan. Laura says, "Oh my gosh, you're taking it back." Diane, no voice is ever as good as Walter Cronkite. I mean, Walter Cronkite is incredible. I get you. But Jeremy Irons, it was very dark and Okay, Sonia Blade on YouTube says Walter was the best. David says Walter. I mean, Walter Cronkite was. It just felt like with Jeremy Irons, it was darker. With Walter, it was newsy, right? Tara says Judy's voice makes you want to sleep. I mean, in my day and age, I always have a kid snuggling me when I'm on that ride. I definitely tend to want to nap a little bit on it. Not gonna lie. David says Walter Cronkite was a national treasure. I would agree. Terry, I liked Walter Cronkite. Neat voice, neat guy. Cindy says Vincent Price is still my favorite voiceover. He never did Spaceship Earth though. Jeremy Irons was one of the best out. Oh, Jeremy Irons can do nothing wrong in my like that voice, second to none. Period. Walter did the anchorish type. Exactly. He just anchored it like it was the news. And that's the way this Spaceship Earth. I am not good at impressions, so don't. You don't need to tell me. Laura says, I almost always fall asleep in the summertime on it once I cool off. I know, I know. Oh, Cindy says, I'm the odd one out here. I've never ridden it. How funny. I kind of love it. I kind of like the old versions better, though. I kind of like the old versions better. Like there was something about Debbie. You sound like careful in there, Ryan. Things don't tend well to bullets. Yeah, I'm not a very good impressionist at all. Go on YouTube and ride Spaceship Earth with Walter Cronkite, and then ride Spaceship Earth with Jeremy Irons, and then ride Spaceship Earth in person with Dame Judi Dench. Tell me who does it better, because I kind of like Jeremy Irons. He's kind of my guy. I think so. I think Jeremy Irons is my guy. Thank you, Diane, for picking up on that. I feel like nobody would have picked like that was a super specific. Diane got the reference. We're just talking about Spaceship Earth narrators. That's all. Anyway, I digress. All right. Any questions about the weather? We went so far. I feel like in this new position, we're just going off the tracks a lot. Now, when the weather gets busy, we'll have to do it. But yeah, I haven't been on it since the refurb. Was hoping for a new voice. I don't think there's an. I mean, I haven't been on it in a minute, but I don't think that there's a new voice. Diane, honestly, I haven't been to Disney since the kids were little, about 20 years ago or so. So you may have not been on it with Dame Judi Dench. Hunt for Red October is my mom's favorite movie. Oh, it's good. Now, Amy's right. Amy says, I think it depends on your age. Yeah, yeah. So, Oliver, so who narrated the best documentary about trains? I'm the aviation type. I'm not the train type. Oh, man. David Attenborough is a competitor for best voiceovers, even if he didn't do Spaceship Earth. But Kronk, we're just doing Spaceship Earth. We could go into others, but yeah. Evelyn, you're all over the place. I know. I know. Can we talk about the Imagination Station of Body Wars? Love it. Love it. Love that. Kitchen Cabaret. We can keep going. I digress. Okay. All right. Are you done? I'm done. I've got a call. So I've got a call with NBC in New York here in about an hour. I'm excited for that. I'll tell you about that eventually. But I'm not leaving West, so you don't have to worry about that. But anyway, Figment's still there. Figment's still there. Anyway, all right. So we're looking good here the next couple of days. Temperatures are warming up. A couple showers on Sunday. And then, yeah, getting a little cooler next week. All right. All right. Hey, I'm going to post a reel later today, and I'm going to talk about the transition from La Nina to El Nino and how we know it's happening, how we're thinking that it's happening, how we're observing this transition, and what that could mean for our future. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, enjoy, be good, take care. I'll talk to you later. Be the sunshine in someone else's day.